Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna be setting up our June 2021 bullet journal and I'm gonna be doing a Japanese inspired theme. Now I've been really obsessed with Japanese inspired travel designs. You might have noticed that when I created my Japanese stickers the other day, and I've just been really obsessed with this theme lately, so I really wanted to dedicate a whole month in my bullet journal dedicated to this Japanese inspired theme. So for the cover page, I started out by drawing a design of a typical Japanese building. Most of my designs are gonna remain black and white, however, I'm really gonna add a touch of red to make the designs pop even more. And so this bullet journal theme is gonna be pretty minimalist in the sense that we're only gonna be using black pens and a red marker. Throughout this bullet journal monthly setup, I'm mainly gonna be using the Sakura Pick My Micron pens, Tomboy Fudenosuke pen, Uniball Signo White, and the Crayola Super Tip pens. All of these materials are pretty affordable and I'm gonna link them in the description down below in case you are looking to get the same materials as well. But just remember, you can always just switch it up with whatever pens that you already have at home. I'm also gonna make the title of the month very subtle and minimal. This is because I want all of the focus in this bullet journal cover page to really be on the design of the Japanese buildings. To take the design to a whole other level, I'm going to be creating a Dutch window design. This is very similar to a Dutch door design, but instead of cutting just the edges of the page, we're actually going to cut in the middle of our bullet journal. And so if you're not familiar with a Dutch door is when we cut a portion of our bullet journal to reveal the next page. I also have a whole other video dedicated to creating Dutch door bullet journal weekly spreads, so feel free to check out that video after this one if you want more inspiration on creating Dutch doors in your bullet journal. I was also planning on creating a one line a day page right behind the cover page, but I completely forgot that I was planning on cutting the center of the bullet journal. And so instead, I decided to recreate it on the empty page that was next to my cover page. And this is just because one line a day spreads are my absolute favorite to have in my bullet journal. And so I didn't want to take it out of my theme. The next page that we're going to create in our bullet journal is going to be a combination of a quote page and a tracker page at the same time. And so for this Japanese inspired bullet journal theme, I decided to draw two fishes that is swimming around the pond, and I'm deciding to color the inside of the pond in the color red. And to make it a part of the tracker, I'm actually going to color the inside of the scales of the fishes as the days go on throughout the month. Below the tracker, I also wanted to create a quote as well. And just a tip for you guys, if you're very new to hand lettering or calligraphy, I really like to look at references when it comes to lettering quotes. Once you have an example that you like, you can try to recreate the letters by just drawing it out by pencil first. And then after you have the pencil layout drawn out, you can just try to trace that over with a pen. This is something that I've been doing for a long time and it definitely has helped me practice my calligraphy over time. If you can't find any references or examples of the quote that you want to draw, sometimes I just Google any calligraphy font creator and just try to look at the examples of the font that they create there. A big part of learning calligraphy or hand lettering is knowing where the strokes are supposed to be thick or thin for your letters. And so this is why I always find it super helpful to have a guide whenever I'm practicing hand lettering in my bullet journal. And so if you feel like you're struggling to do freehand calligraphy or hand lettering, just know that it's completely okay for you to trace anything out in pencil first and then going over it with any pens that you want. So I actually forgot to finish my one line a day page, but as you guys could see, when I flip back to the cover page, this is the magic in creating a Dutch window design. Because of the portion of our bullet journal that we cut out in our cover page, it really shows the red pond that we decided to draw in the middle of our tracker. I absolutely had a blast creating this cover page. I'm so obsessed with the Dutch window design and I keep flipping the page back and forth just to be able to look at it. For my bullet journal weekly spreads, I'm actually going to be trying something completely different and minimalist. This bullet journal weekly spread is called the Alastair method, or I know that some people in the bullet journal community also refer to this spread as the rolling weekly, but basically it's just an organizational method where you can write down all of your tasks in a line and then use different categories to classify your tasks later. And let me know in the comments down below if you want an in-depth video on how you can set up the Alastair method for yourself, along with a lot of examples as well. I really wanted to try out this weekly spread because I recently got a new role at work and I don't exactly know how much space I need in my weekly spreads, and so I really wanted to choose something very simple and minimal so that I can have as much space as I need and adjust accordingly in the following week. I also kind of failed at putting the stamps, and so I tried to add some stickers and colors to kind of make up for it, but I think I actually made it worse. But you know what? Whatever, it happens. The next pages that I'm gonna create in my Japanese bullet journal theme is going to be my mid-month check-in and my end of the month review page. These are also one of my favorite pages to have in my bullet journal. Even though I journal every single night, I really love to do this exercise because time just passes us really fast. And so I really love to take the time to just take a couple of minutes to really reflect on how the month is going. Sometimes you can really surprise yourself on how much you were able to accomplish in that month, and it can really be motivating for you to even just recognize a lot of the challenges that you were able to overcome as well. For both of these pages, I also wanted to dedicate some space to draw some Japanese inspired art. One of the page is really going to be focused on the Japanese scenery, and I wanted to draw another drawing that is more representative of the Japanese culture. And again, I really want to focus on a black and white design with a lot of pop with the red to really give the page a lot of contrast with the design. You can also use a similar layout to create your bullet journal weekly spreads too. Instead of having 4 rows, you can dedicate more space and create a 5th row so that you have a row for each weekday, and you can definitely use this type of layout for your weekly spread as well. If you want more inspiration for more bullet journal page ideas, you can definitely check out my bullet journal starter guide that I'll link below in the description. It's completely free to download and it has so much useful tips and page inspirations for you to get started with bullet journaling. Sometimes people also message me and ask me where I get my inspiration for my bullet journal, and honestly, a lot of my inspiration is kind of just drawn throughout my life and my natural curiosity. I've been watching a lot more anime recently, and so that's why I've been having such an interest in Japanese culture. But honestly, inspiration can really be found anywhere as long as you have an open eye, an open mind, and the willingness to look for it. Thank you guys so much for watching my Japanese inspired bullet journal setup. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know in the comments what you decide your theme is for your June bullet journal. I hope to see you guys in another one of my videos. Bye!